Well, we definitely got a great map to be kicking off this series between Shopify Rebellion and Passion Project, but in the end, Passion was not enough. Shopify Rebellion to come out on top 13-10. I mean, Dan, we got to see a lot of good ideas coming out from each team, but Shopify Rebellion, number one for a reason.
Number one for a reason. They didn't start in the best, strongest way possible on this map. It was Passion Project actually getting ahead, getting the pistol round in the first half, getting it on the second half, getting the bonus as well. They were doing as much as possible, but after that pause that we saw from the coach of Shopify Rebellion, round 7, this team looked unstoppable. Floor was constantly good throughout this map, but everybody was locking in right after and making sure that the map was going to go their way, even though it was at 13-10.
Over and over, I am just shocked at the skills from both of these teams. But of course, we gotta talk about Shopify in this, because even when things looked a little bit tough, the clutches that were coming out and just how well everyone played together, Wyatt. I mean, I'm always just impressed. And 17 first kills as well as chef's kiss.
Okay, that's actually insane. I didn't realize they had 17 first kills. I mean, it's kind of a miracle that Passion Project actually kept the game that close with that being the case.
Yeah. They got the pistols, they got the bonus on that second half, and they were trying and closing out a couple of these rounds that didn't really start their way. And a good example is one of the rounds that we saw round 8, where it was post-planned. Everybody on Passion Project were playing A main, and you see them throw every single piece of utility at the side of Shopify Rebellion, and guess what happens? It's just Floor goes in and gets the last 2 kills, secures the round, gets the clutch, and that's something that we saw, I feel like, throughout this map. The hero plays coming through, obviously for Shopify Rebellion, every single one of the players with the clutches, but especially Fluorescent.
We gotta talk about more about Floor, because I mean, already that stat line just hits you in the face that Fluorescent is unstoppable, and it's not a surprise because the difference that Fluorescent had in the server. I mean, we know that when we're seeing Shopify and we're seeing Floor Wyatt that she's coming to play, but again, just wow.
Also, not on this one, but I saw in the full team breakdown, had 8 first kills in that game, which is just outrageous. I mean, what can you even say at that point? It's just Floor continuing to give us the easiest desk building from the production side of a broadcast that I've ever worked on in my life. Every time Shopify are on, it's just, all right, what do you guys want to talk about between the maps? Oh, Floor dropped 30 again. All right, let's just talk about how Floor's the GOAT. I mean, Floor is just so ready to be one of the top duelists in the region, genuinely. I think it's only a matter of time until that's the case, and if you don't believe that's the case, I just don't think you're watching the level of mechanical skill that's on display.
Watching a different game at that point, honestly, because the impact that Fluorescent has constantly is unmatched, and something that was kind of a real thorn in the side for Passion Project. But even, it wasn't just the Floor show, even that's what we're talking about. Because even looking back at a couple of these rounds, Shopify Rebellion, Wyatt, I mean, what they have tuned in, and these executes are just insane.
Yeah, absolutely. What was so impressive to me was that on the defensive side, Shopify were able to get 7 rounds. This map is so attack favored. Look at this denial, the aftershock from Alexis to break the wingman, and the second unstable tries to plant, Flash is coming in. Look at the Prowler, the paranoia. All of this util, this fast flood from the entire team, just knowing that the Gecko was going to have to plant themselves, getting that pseudo 5v4 retake.
And it's something that we were seeing constantly. You mentioned it, Sierra, as well, how it was the whole team playing well, and the whole team is always setting up Floor for success in the way that we see it. I think one of the rounds that really bring this team back is that round 16, a little bit after this one, where we see Sarah on that clutch, goes all the way around and secures the round that way. Those are the plays that we see for Shopify Rebellion that we don't really see from anybody else, is the ability for anybody to get those rounds, to get those clutches, and make sure that even if the map is slipping away a little bit, they're going to bring it back.
There's so much you can talk about with the Shopify Rebellion roster, and they look so ready for today, even heading into this next map of Bind. This is Passion Project's pick, but Dan, again, I think Shopify Rebellion, I think of Bind, and I'm thinking of upsets in 2-0 series. Like this is a hard one to take Shopify Rebellion to, in my opinion.
They played it pretty recently when they played against Reform. This map of Bind, it was to 13-6, and they are playing this composition that's a little bit different compared to everybody else. And to be fair, we've seen a lot of creativity when it comes to the compositions in Game Changers. But for this one, we do see Shopify Rebellion running a Harbor, which was the meta last year for a long time in America. So we were seeing teams like Energy, like Leviathan running it. Recently, it's pretty much only the APAC teams running it more often. PaperX is a team that's keeping it consistent, and I feel like it really sets them up for success. It's a composition and it's an agent that fits Shopify Rebellion, fits Mel in a way that no other agent is able to do. So I like to see that creativity in a way that is not, we're not going too silly. We're not going too crazy. We're keeping it just to what is best for us.
Of course, this one is Passion Project's take, so Wyatt, talk to me a little bit about what we can maybe expect coming out from them on their own map choice.
I am just expecting to see an understanding from them of how to play around the Harbor, which Mel makes really difficult. It's so good in the post plants when you have the spike down, cycling the utility to deny the retakes, but you have to assume with Passion Project picking it into them that they feel comfortable with their understanding of how to counter the Shopify play.
I mean, when we're looking at Passion Project as well, there was a lot of aggression when we saw them on their attacking end. And when I'm looking at Bind, I feel like that fares really well into this. So Dan, even if we are kind of like, I still think like Shopify Rebellion looks so good on Bind, but Passion Project, I think Bind just fits so well into what we saw coming out of them on Lotus that we could see that third map.
That is exactly what I want to talk about, and it's the fact that I know we're talking about, yeah, Floor is insane, did so good on that map number 1, but it was a close map nonetheless against Passion Project. Passion Project, we're fighting back, we're getting those crucial rounds that can guarantee who's going to take away the map and who's going to make it close, take it to that overtime. They absolutely have the possibility. Also, because Shopify, they like to go into this map so much, it's just the stories that they have on this map, like we mentioned earlier today, are insane. So it's a map that for sure Passion Project is preparing for and trying to counter on how this Harbor is going to play out.
Well, we definitely have a second map to be getting into, so let's get into our agent select. Already some expectations and what we can see, but I always like to wait until I see it etched into my screen for sure. Of course, Mel, Harbor, Passion Project, all of the good stuff here, Dan.
It's all of the good stuff. It's about the same as we saw last time around. We already talked about the Harbor. We're going to be getting the chance to see a little bit more of Sarah on this Gecko, which I think is amazing on this map. You're going to have a lot more utility to work around, even that extra flash, the combination of flashes with the Sky and the Gecko. And on the other side, you're going to have a little bit more of that standard composition. And what I want to see here, that head-to-head that I feel like it's an obvious one, but we might have the chance to see a little bit more now, is going to be Jazzy against Fluorescent on that race.
That's definitely one that I'm looking for, because on the first map of Lotus, I mean, Fluorescent, it was all about her. So I'm looking forward to this showdown here, if we can see Jazzy maybe come out on top. But that one, again, it will be for our casters to find out. So go ahead, enter a Mimi.
Thanks very much, Sierra. Yes, excited to get into this map number 2. We have Shopify Rebellion playing a little bit of a unorthodox comp, at least these days, with the Harbor in the mix. What should we be looking for from this comp? Probably a lot of good execs on this attacking side.
Tons of good options to be able to exec into a site, but one of the other things that I think is pretty cool about the Harbor is your ability to almost like half exec a site. You know, you can use just a wall to like cove off some areas, and then, you know, maybe not necessarily fully commit onto the sites. Like yesterday when Shopify ran this, when they used on their pistol round, they actually used a big old wall to actually just isolate off both Long and Hookah over towards this B site, and then just leave an insert of Mel there on the lurks. There's a lot of cool different ideas you can do that are not necessarily always full committal, which, as you said, is for sure a very strong aspect of this comp.
Passion Project trying to stay alive in this upper bracket, and they're going to start with a little bit of aggression. Flash primed around the corner. Surprise swing instead, and that catches Shopify off guard, but somehow Floor still trades it even, picking up 2 kills.
Was someone playing anti-flash there? I swear we were looking backwards
I think
for a second.
2 people were playing anti.
A little awkward, but you know, at the end of the day, it's a 3-on-3. Still, though, with this wall, Passion Project can delay long enough to have 2 players over here, just peeking over the top of 2. The shots aren't quite connecting, but hey, Floor gets 3 on the round, Noya can get the 4th, and that's Spike down, and 4 orbs secured for Floor.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Could get difficult with the snowball, but the round's not over yet. Lazy Lion in a 1v2. Noya makes noise towards long. She's spotted, and this cage will allow at least to get halfway. No one walking up just yet. Noya actually now attempting this push all the way around the cage. That's a free opener. 1v1. Floor finds the dink, and she just keeps swinging. I mean, that's so inadvisable in that position, but it is Floor, and you never expect someone to be as much of a psycho as she is in those rounds. Just so damn confident.
She went a bit crazy there. I feel for Lazy Lion, who played it just about as well as you could. Yeah, we got the anti-flashes right there. A little bit awkward, but I mean, to just talk about Floor and the ults again, I believe they ulted 5 times on Lotus, very nearly 6, and now we are 3 orbs off after 1 round.
Can we talk about, too, just the movement there? The first peak, close jiggle, finds the dink, then 1 more jiggle, and then they swing wide and then crouch in the swing to find the last one. It's just so hard to play against that. Her movement is ridiculous. I cannot wait to see Floor with the new neon buffs.
We've waited so long. She used to be so good on the neon.
Those were the days.
When she stopped playing it, that was the saddest thing to happen to the Game Changer scene.
What was that? Misfits Fluorescent?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Top 3 before GC
The
Berlin.
good old days. I still can't believe she didn't qual for Berlin with that team. Like, she was so close to, remember?
I mean, Shopify, old Shopify, by the way, kind of.
Wait, what?
We're reminiscing, and we have to look at the present. Good Floor is still damn good. I mean, just takes your words away. Finds it into a 2v3 and might be able to still salvage this one. A late flank is coming. Noya not really watching for that one. Power Pixel. Can they find the opportune moment? Or will Floor snatch another one away? Time is really ticking here. Someone has to get on the spike. Noya spins around 180. What has just happened?
I don't precisely know. I think Passion Project just showed us the stack U-Haul strategy and then didn't really have any answers after that. They couldn't actually recover any rifles or anything like that. If the flank works out, maybe they have a chance to win the round, but yeah, at the end of the day, all it really means for Shopify is they have a round 3 showstopper, Mimi.
Yeah, that was actually the plan all along.
All part of the plan.
What the hell? Okay, deeply unserious round 2, but Shopify are happy with that one. Sometimes the rounds get silly. Sometimes you need your stars to win it. They're fine with that.
I think Shopify won a very similar round on Lotus with 2 hero rifles.
That they did. Trap
This
right
is the
towards B long.
yeah.
Here.
This is the wall I was talking about that we saw them use yesterday, where they just try to isolate into hookah, into long, scale up into that space. If Passion Project are ever playing a more passive line on the site, then they have to be really worried about a quick exec from behind that wall as soon as it goes down. But they are stacked here at the moment, and that bird gives them the info. Yes, there is a player in hookah at the very least, and they can stick around with this heavy lean towards B.
Cove to get out. Hookah, Rocket up over the top floor, still alive.
Still
Somehow
alive.
the movement is ridiculous. She is everywhere at once. The trade will eventually come, and Passion Project keep it in control. But it looked dangerous for a moment.
Good on Passion Project, just holding on to that little stack right there. Sort of read the idea from Shopify. Shopify have shown that look where they just leave an insert and rotate off, and I think that's what they were hoping that Passion Project would assume and not leave a stack over on that side of the map. But it equalizes a little bit here, and honestly, getting the showstopper out has actually given Passion Project a big advantage in terms of ultimate economy, right? So many kills were funneled into Fluorescent, right? She has one teammate besides her with kills, that now it's really only the Brimstone ult that's going to be close, and you've got 3 different players on Passion Project. They're going to have that in the next 2 rounds. That is not a bad reset from Passion Project.
It is pretty rare to see teams playing, especially in North America, with a Sentinel on this map, that it does give you a lot of options on your defensive side. Being able to go really heavily into these strong side stacks, playing 4-1 all over towards B. But it also means if that site is discovered, XX can be good. That's a push down long for Jazzy, and Yeah, catches Mel by surprise.
Didn't even flash or anything to support that one. Now, without that B presence, Shopify forced to accelerate over into the site. Using the dog, though, to actually see both of those tripwires is very good to go ahead and get this plant down on the ground. Dizzy going to accomplish that, and that allows a little bit more time if they wanted to look for a fight into backside. Down on numbers, though, they don't feel comfortable enough to fish out for those. Instead, just going for the longer fight. Paint shells out, and Sarah is cooked by that swing from heaven.
War is the make or break of this round. Flash to fight forward. That's Lazy Lion going down. All of these forces now heading towards Lamps. Unstable on the other side. Swings for one. More needs to get more done, and she's getting pressured from so many angles. Now the only one left, and the teamwork is good there from Passion Project to clean things up. An aggressive peek to get the first, and a well-coordinated retake to find the round.
And that is just a sign of more and more to come for Passion Project, how they're going to want to keep playing this. Lazy Lion completely abandoned to be the true weak side, and then they'll get aggressive in the mid-rounds. I think that's going to be very effective for them, especially if Shopify play a lot of these slower-paced rounds where they're trying to poke on forward with a lurk or something like this. That said, I do think that by running the Harbor instead of a Viper, your comp is a little bit less lurk-heavy. You don't have that default wall just going down short where you're looking to maybe have some options to scale up into U-Haul as you want. I think pivoting into some harder execs with maybe pivots into a teleport if they run into a stack, going to be a better option.
Here you see them using that harbor wall. It's kind of that pseudo lurk wall.
No, that's actually a Viper wall, Mimi. You don't. Yeah, it's just blue now. It's the new patch.
That's cool. Spam though still works just the same through any wall. Alexis will die. Sarah. This one's a little awkward with both sides investing there. Util 1-for-1 on Jazzy. This is a great push from Lazy Lion. Pinches these players into but one position. And even flush. Doesn't make anything of this.
Really? We get the plant?
No. Absolutely not.
For a moment there, like, she had the cove and everything. It was just the molly on the ground that forced her off. Round 5, and we're 2 away from her second ult of the half. Makes sense.
Shouldn't even be surprised at this point.
No, but honestly, the way Shopify just adjusted their play in that round, I think is going to be something that persists over into some future ones. Because Passion Project are playing so reserved on their weak side of the map, Shopify should be looking to attack into backside A especially. There was that full contact walk up into halls, but I would expect to see them look for some fights through their site smokes at some point into the round. Just because you're getting so much space for free, I really think you should punish to try and attack Passion Project before they set up for their solid retakes.
Yeah, you see them continuing to condition this harbor wall. That'll go up over towards short, but it's a heavier hold over towards the shower side here for Passion Project.
And because they have the strong side here, they know there's no lurk behind the wall, so they're going to refight into the stack of Shopify. Flashes through, but there's good anti-flash on the opposite side. Still getting away with murder. Power Pixel finds the kill onto Sarah, and Shopify can't accelerate past the util on the ground.
That one molly does a lot of work, completely nullifies that reckoning on the other side, so a Viper's Pit committed, and A is all but secured.
I love the way Passion Project are calling around these quick little pop refights. Using what information they have, and now a Seeker's primed over towards the B side of the map, won't reveal the position so nicely of Shopify because they are still set up in that market position in mid, so maybe a little bit misleading that they see 2 of those Seekers headed over towards B.
Those plays are really nice, but the one trouble with going for a lot of these reclears when you're playing solo Sky is that late round you end up with no util and no more recharge. So if this comes down to a retake, it's going to be really challenging for Passion Project. That's why you're going to see them anchor a little more heavily on the B site.
Yeah, Unstable's happy to fight to the death here because, hey, they don't have any utility to work with, but they do have 2 tripwires and a camera. Popping the cages now. Just look how Unstable is ratting out inside of that one. We're down to 12 seconds on the clock. Unstable looking for 2 quick kills from the corner over in elbow. Lazy Lion gets their own, and Passion Project secure the round. I mean, that is just about as perfect as you could ask for, right? From the showers fight over into hard anchoring onto B, but they still have all their utility. That's Passion Project on their map pick looking money.
And I think a bit of a mistake there late from Shopify too. That harbor wall had a gap over towards elbow, which allowed that Cypher to full swing and just unstable. You see there, that gap, the second swing comes through, and that gives Lazy Lion these 2 kills. If that gap wasn't there, there's a chance that Shopify might have been able to trade out. But still, I think Passion Project winning these rounds in the macro, finding the right times to go for these aggressive reclears, to push Shopify in a certain direction, and having some really impressive site anchoring, especially from Unstable and Lazy Lion in the late round.
So, down 4-2, Effie's presses the pause button, or as I found out, I'll chat and ask for pause. That's how we do it here. But still accomplishes the same thing for the team. And they had a really good adjustment back on that last map of Lotus when they were in a similar position, down a little bit early in the half, changed up their default a lot. Here they've got options to play for another showstopper. They've got big power ults even on this eco. But really what I would like to see from them is a more, I guess, exec heavy playstyle is maybe the wrong term, but they need to be faster on their feet when they're scaling forward, right? I don't think they can just sit in that area like we just saw from Showers when they're headed into the strong side, because if they're walking towards the strong side, Passion Project have so much information. They know exactly what Shopify is going to be doing. So I think maybe a little bit more, I mean, fakey or conceal your utility a little bit. That double harbor wall down short, I do not think did them many favors once Passion Project just had a player watching straight into that line and saw no one the second time they did it around.
One kind of random advantage, I suppose, with this Cypher is how these cages are working against the harbor wall. Harbor's going to be showing exec util a lot more shallow than some of the other agents when you're fighting, especially on B. And if those cages are in the right place, they can almost act like a harbor cove to flood out and get that early fight. That's, I think, a big part of the reason that those couple kills that came through for Passion Project came out from the anchors in that last round.
It makes it really hard to actually like take all the way into the back of B site unless you have an ultimate or you are holding on to a lot of utility that Shopify will use early on in rounds. Now chucking out that push wall, but a good molly onto the ground should stop Shopify from getting out, and they don't even have hookah control. They're trying to fight back in with a pink shell, but Unstable just coming right around the edge there. That's a flawless round for Passion Project, Mimi.
It's so clean, and again, Passion Project stacking heavy 3-2 or 4-1. And they make the right call, holding heavy on that B site with only Cypher over towards A. And shut down here. Nice shots by Unstable, and just really good fundamentals in these late rounds. This is starting to become a pretty comfortable lead for Passion Project at 5-2.
I also like how Passion Project have adjusted. They're not playing, at least start of rounds, so committed. You know, previous rounds before the timeout, it was always a 4-1 setup. Now they've got more bodies to show more of a fight on their theoretical weak side. Although they're still very quick to rotate, you know, a Viper or whoever that pair is with Lazy Lion away from their side of the map off of any sort of pressure.
Look at the positioning again. All three players forward towards long. Thrash will clear hookah.
So
but
keep
they're
walking.
Reacting off of this one. Walk down long.
Oh dear.
Mel misses the timing. Here comes Unstable. Sarah's gonna police it. Not gonna happen. Spike drop. Unstable will retreat. That is a clean first kill. 5v4 Passion Project.
Passion Project are so quick to punish the gaps. They'll just start walking a place, and if they don't see anything, they are not going to stop. A brutal timing punished. Now, Mel not being spotted out by the bird might make her more keen to try and get up into hookah. A position she likes to play a bit, as that B lurk at times can bring the team back into her if she's able to find anything on the B side just straight through that teleport. But it's going to start by Floor tapping the spike. Can't quite stick it. And as that kill comes in, back into the TP, and we've got the B site.
That kill for Mel was massive. They're definitely going to have this, though. Already pushed up towards spawn. Yeah, that is a lot on this exec. They're not going to have any tools to hold in the post, really. There's not much for Passion Project. A flash, a dog. And this Roomba 2 for Jazzy, all they have to work with. SR will go for a refill. Jazzy on the close corner. Mel's just not looking. Noya on the trade, but here comes the flood in from Passion Project. Fluorescent! Every time! 3 kills.
Ew! But ew! What is that? 3 kills in less than a second? On different elevations. The first kill is a spam through tube after a jiggle peek that she knew a player was there. Then she comes on tube to kill a second player, then a 90-degree turn. God. That is gross!
Watching it from the POV of that last player that died just hurts. You see a full 90-degree turn into instant death.
I've never had a Valorant play give me the heebie-jeebies before, but I just got them, Mimi.
Oh, God. Shopify had no business winning that round. No business.
Wow.
There.
I mean,
Okay.
it was the great lurk from Mel, and that's the calling that we're going to see. Maybe another round. Get that hookah position, but B-Long has been a big gap for Shopify. They can accelerate over into this A site, but like I was saying, now PowerPixel is here and ready to hold on to the site. It's not so easy to plant the spike.
Yeah, Molly, Cage's spike is on the floor now. I mean, Wingman just sent into his death, poor little guy. Where's the rest of these teammates for Shopify to try and recover? Mel will send in the next wave of Utah. Alexis will swing and die. The trade's coming through really in time with an ult committed as well. This gets awkward because the flank is active. Sarah, though, the savior in this round, picks up 2. And now Sabui in a very tough spot. They know where she is. Floor satchels into her death, but the trade is there in time. It was a nice shot, but not enough to win the round.
The big flank there from Passion Project. I mean, if they had a little bit more time, maybe they could make that one pay off. But Shopify won enough of the fights in the backside. They could just turn around, bunker from that position, and take care of business. Hold on, though. I'm seeing an operator purchased from Jazzykins. I wonder where she wants to play with that. I would assume showers, because I don't think you can get away with playing top truck the way that Shopify used that harbor wall just like a Viper to be able to scale on forward. And yeah, that is going to be the setup now for Jazzy. Unfortunately for her, I think if Alexis ever were to step up to scout out with some kind of a Skybird, I would probably key Shopify to accelerate the other side of the map. Maybe Jazzy just keeps on going here. Yep.
Doesn't really know how many players were there.
But it doesn't matter because Passion Project's been playing such strong weak side 4-1 so often that as soon as you get a ping on a forward line, you just accelerate on the upside of the map. But look at Market right now, Mimi, because Passion Project keep finding these holes to step on through on the flank.
2 players walked up. This hasn't mattered in the last few rounds, though. Noya spots out at least one on the flank. She, again, isn't aware of the full extent of this, but with these multi-flanks being consistent force, can at least suspect it. Skydog through. Now Shopify completely stuck on the site. No space except for long. Someone has to go huge. It might just be Floor again, holding close in the site. Unstable, 1 flash. That's the go signal for this retake. Flank towards long. That fight could be pivotal, but Mel is buying time. It's a fight into elbow instead. PowerPixel picks up 2. Trades through. Lexi alive on the site. Floor joining her. Floor will do more, as always. 3 kills found. Shopify navigate a dangerous position and even up this game.
This retake so hard, especially with the harbor wall. But honestly, like, it's weird because I think Passion Project keep getting themselves in winning positions in these post plants because Shopify cannot actually win the fights over towards elbow. That's a second or third round now where Passion Project just gotten a 2 or 3K over there. But hey, the site players and mainly Fluorescent have been winning it back for them. Again, it's a very odd day because I truthfully believe like Shopify are not playing their best individually. No. Like,
I mean, the rest of the team has 14 kills. Floor has 2 more than that.
Yeah, it's really these off angles, I think, that have been catching them a lot and they haven't reacted to very quickly. They just attack with 5 players, maybe that's not a problem.
That's the thing about Shopify. This is an unusual day for the rest of these players, but it hasn't mattered thus far. I don't know where Sarah found that mock kill.
Oh, well, she frags Mimi, is the thing.
Yeah, and she's going to continue to frag, swing towards long, keeps the good times going. It's a 4v2. It's another exec into B, and Passion Project are in another nigh unwinnable retake position. No initiator util. Fluorescent inching up, and the timer ticking so dangerously far.
Bit surprised they're even trying to play this one out, but they had the wall for a moment. It goes down. Lazy finds the first kill, turns the flash, and hey, they are right back in this. 2-on-2. Looking down the corner, but Floor is able to pull them off the spike. Another one on the reswing. And, well, Shopify gets dodgy for a moment, but like all day, Floor brings it back.
It's been the story of the game. Solid mid-rounding from Passion Project. Get an advantage early on. Then late in the post-plant, someone steps up, makes a hero play, and keep Shopify alive. This is not a game where Effie's is going to be smiling about what's occurring in a lot of these rounds, but it's one where Shopify is winning. And, I mean, 6 already on the attacking side. from how rough that start was, losing 5 in a row to Passion Project. They haven't gotten another round on the board since.
Very peculiar setup. We've got a top triple Guardian from Jazzy playing on the Cypher side. What can she do? I mean, hopping around.
God.
Finishes off Floor, and now with the Showstopper. That should force Shopify back for the moment. Where's she looking with that rocket? Can she guess right? I don't think so. Maybe some chip damage, but no, really nothing at the end of the day. And now Mel, Duelist down, she's into the site.
This is Mel's moment. Or could it be Unstables? That was the gap, the opportunity, and Sarah steals it away. Now Lazy Lion will try and find something, but Shopify has put a freeze on this round. Holding, waiting for the re-aggression. Will it come? For now, fight committed, flash up, Lazy Lion can't see a thing, and Sarah's found another as well. Spooey will trade and get another. Still a shot here for Passion Project. Sabui's made that possible. Touches the tendrils of the Molly and spots one out, but there's a reposition towards short.
2 smokes, but Sabui is just 1 bullet to a Vandal from dying. Needs to look for a half stick somehow. Not gonna happen.
Spam is too good. Alexis in a 1v1 will clean things up yet again. These post plants keep getting so close, so weird. But Shopify has won all of them.
It's a mirror of the first half of Lotus. Got a little silly there, but another 7-5 start for Shopify Rebellion. That fight in the backside looking real good right there. Now the question is, will they be able to, keep that going over on the defensive side? With this comp, not having the Viper, I think does, make your defense a little bit weaker. However, certainly can be strong, especially on retake options, but a little bit weaker, I think, when it comes to actual stall tools, and maybe you pivot to playing more forward fighting with the push wall. That's probably what we're seeing down towards B long this time around.
Passion Project, on the other hand, they have the Viper, they have the Cypher, they have a lot of lurk tools to slowly play these mid rounds. And not a lot of exec power with just that solo Sky. They'll inch towards a split on B. The question is how they can navigate this trap setup towards long. Alexis and Sarah, a combo ready to go off Fluorescence contact. Dog will spot it out. I think seeing at least 2 players there. But they're still going for this one. Tucked in close, flashes coming from Shopify Rebellion, and no one can see a thing towards long. It is a massacre by Alexis and Sarah, and while Jazzy found her mark to trade, it's down to a 3-on-1. And Power Pixel is so far away.
There's just nothing you can do against that flash combo. You can't turn the Sky Flash because you get Dizzy Blinded. You can't shoot the Dizzy Blind because you get Sky Flashed. And Shopify just not punished so much. Had the anti-flash position. Now they've got themselves a spike. Good luck. Here comes the firing squad from Shopify. Absolutely running down Power Pixel. Alexis gets the 3K. Nice way to start off the half for her. And that's a difference from Lotus. Actually winning a pistol for once.
Yeah. They've been having to play into these comebacks most of these rounds thus far.
I mean, look at how long you blinded for. Good luck. Yeah. And then Jazzy, the whole idea is, even if we get flashed down long, Jazzy's going to have the wrap through Hookah, but that doesn't work when Floor is already there on the rotate and then shooting Jazzy in the back of the head.
And Jazzy did get 2 kills to her credit. She did her job in that round, but just getting the full control towards long was too good. Passion Project, no spike down, means minimal investment into this round. And Shopify, again, getting forward on these extremities to start the round. Walk down showers, I think getting Floor and Orb. This has been a big problem throughout the game. Floor is always getting multi-kills on the first round. They're giving her a rifle most of the time on round 2. And then they're funneling orbs into her. So this showstopper is constantly online and constantly a problem.
Smoke's down.
Passion Project trying to creep over up into U-Haul, and hey, you know what? The judge only gets 1, but there's still players to deal with on this site. The spike actually left all the way back into market. And in the most chaotic position I may have ever seen the A site, somehow Fluorescent has pushed forward into the middle of 3 players.
Lazy Lion should have no idea.
I mean, this is certifiably insane to be here. Yep,
Hello?
checks out.
Floor's ready for it. Okay. And Sabui picked up that judge. Has nothing really to do here. Mel's holding a cross. 3 smokes left, but it's a double hold. And Shopify get to 9. Lovely conversion there.
That it is. Fluorescent, by the way, you talked about the ult farming in the previous round. Has showstopper again for round 3. Now, the first half, they used that, weren't able to secure the round, and it evened out. But still very much a threat coming into this one. I'm actually interested in what the buy ends up being for Shopify. They had options to maybe go a little bit harder, and not to actually get a rifle, though, so I think, actually could have gotten on a couple players, but with an advantage like this, not trying to toss anything away too much. Actually, if they'd seen that 3 players have been on light armor, there might have been an angle that they could have looked to take an outlaw into this one, but as it stands, their economy is going to be looking very nice for at least a couple more after this.
So Passion Project working another slow mid-round here. They bed Jazzykins in hookah. And are trying to maybe just fake a little pressure towards A, have the option to call back into this player hookah late.
Yeah, they saw the early wall be pushed from Mel, from U-Haul, all the way into, you know, B short, B long. Now just trying to regather some of that space that they didn't have at the initial start of the round.
They look to commit back towards B. Alexis is the linchpin of this round for Shopify. Double satchel over. Jazzy spots out Sarah. Trade is there from Alexis. Can't get any more. Nicely done by Passion Project to get a post plant. But now the next problem.
Spike planted.
Floor's ultimate. Has no initiator utility to help her out, but moves Cove to get back into this site. Maybe committed, close, unstable, in trouble, but Floor is dead. And this round should now be in control for Passion Project. They have a crossfire towards spawn. They have Lazy Lion on a good angle. And Shopify just don't really have a way into this one. Push wall through, Mel spammed, and Noya left alone.
I think it's safe to say they are not getting into the B site. Noya's just going to die to a spike here. Although I do think, like, we're already seeing some of the ideas. It's a very clean round from Passion Project, but you saw sort of how Mel used the wall to retake the B site. It wasn't a wall that you push to block off Long and Hookah. It's a wall that you use to isolate any player that's playing close in on the right or playing in front of 2. And a very similar way that you used to see this harbor execute on, like, a Haven, for example, or use those walls to isolate those tighter areas and remove any crossfire options from the opposite side. So Passion Project will have done their homework and come with some ideas of how to actually deal with that.
I think a set play cooked up here for Shopify. Sky Flash ready to go over the top. It's easy to combine with that. They still have the showstopper. It's going to be a quick one. Can Passion Project get away? Rocket in. Connection found. Floor will likely swing for another here. But this time a little bit more discipline. Tucks away, recovers the ultimate, and Shopify get away with a clean advantage.
Yeah, the Passion Project, their only real answer is to accelerate over into the B site. Mel's already fallen off of the angle, though, knowing, hey, Shopify, we can play that numbers advantage on the retake. Still got 5 with a flash combo ready to work off of. Passion Project going to be looking to play closer on the side, I would have imagined, to get in front of that harbor wall. Instead, using that dog to support Lazy Lion to look back towards CT. Jazzykins has a forward angle onto this. The smoke, though, not going to let it happen. They come flooding out of the smoke. Sarah gets one on the trade quickly. Jazzy around the corner with that nasty, nasty shot, and a couple more to follow. Look at that. The wrap through elbow pays off massively for Passion Project in the post.
What a round for Jazzy. A slower start in map number 1, but stepping up big here against her former teammates. When you talk about a Passion Project, you really think about Jazzy and her journey as a player from being on top with Mel, with Alexis in the early days of GC, and finding success with complexity, to now having to start over on this unsigned roster. If they could be the first squad this year to take a win over Shopify, it would really reflect a full circle journey for her.
What, G2's win doesn't count? The silly duelist tournament?
Little bit less so,
yeah.
I would say.
As a matter of
least
fact,
in GC main events.
No,
they're
for
still
sure,
undefeated
for sure.
for a reason.
It is interesting how these teams qualified here. Both of them undefeated through stage 2. Passion Project, of course, won the first qualifier. Shopify weren't even playing in because they were over in London playing in an event that they faced up against G2 in. Of course, came back to win that second qualifier. Now, though, Passion Project, control over the site, but not over U-Haul. How do they work back in? A dog actually wrapped in from behind, and look at that. The full-on wrap. Lazy Lion came in around Truck to get those couple of kills. And now there's no way back in for Shopify.
Nice shots by Unstable. And yeah, that's a clean round for Passion Project. They're going to have Jazzykin's ult online into this next round. Close to some other key ones. This next rifle round really going to be important, but holding on to these weapons pretty good for them. Shopify dealing some real damage as Alexis picks up a second. And now a gun recovered. What can she do? Nothing else. Just going to be floor, tucked away.
Shopify are going to have to be very aware of these aggressive post plants from Passion Project. Obviously, this round they do the wrap sort of as part of the exec, but the previous round, I really liked the way that Passion Project were trying to get in front of the Harbor utility that they saw, playing that top tube angle into CT. They've got players back into elbow that can swing off of that. They've got a lot of ideas of how to coordinate their positions in the post. And that's honestly probably some of the best things you can do up against Shopify. Your fundamentals have to be perfect against Shopify. You have to be taking well-supported fights in order to win out in these engagements.
Passion Project taking a timeout here after winning 3 rounds in a row. Interesting. This is going to be a pivotal round, though.
Yeah. And you know
Two
what?
ults online for Shopify.
It's because Passion Project, I don't believe, used their timeout in the first half. So they are holding on to that, at least if I'm reading the timeout screen correctly. So they can get away with using one a little bit earlier in case they want to pivot that one in a little bit later into this round. And honestly, this is a big swing round. Just looking at the money from Shopify, pretty low on this one. 3 big ultimates coming into play as well. Maybe the most important round of the game that we're about to come up on.
Shopify's been struggling on this defense a little bit. Passion Project calling some really good attack mid-rounds and locking things up in these posts. I think the question probably on the minds of Passion Project is, will Shopify go for one of these early forward plays? They have the ults to cook it up. We saw that attempt the last time that they had that showstopper online. And also on a lot of these rounds, inching down long, down showers.
I think Passion Project have done a good job of accelerating away from any of the early Shopify aggression. This time, though, it's coming in potentially from behind this wall into mid. Mel's thrown this wall a couple of times to threaten to walk down B long, now showing a bit of presence into sand. But as you can see, Passion Project immediately pivot away from that early position and accelerate into where exactly they know this harbor to be. Satchel up on top of Truck, back into U-Haul and Jazzykins. There's only so many spots Mel can be, and it's right there for the opening kill.
So Mel down.
Spike planted.
1-up advantage. Reflank is coming through. That'll be 2 players from Shopify and an ult too. Sarah sends in the thrash. Detain in the close corner is 1, but the molly is excellent there from Sabui. Keeps her teammates alive for now, but Sarah has eventually found that one, and Alexis on the other side starts to pinch in. Jazzykins dealt with this retake so damn clean.
Shopify just went everywhere on the map, and that's an example of Shopify creating so much chaos, right? They've got fights going on the flank, they're retaking backside at the same time. All of a sudden, if you look where people are dying on the map, a lot of those fights on the site itself completely isolated. Passion Project not able to get into the cross positions. They had some cross spots, you know, to fight into the flank, but no one actually dealing with the Dizzy coming over the top. The Thrash was really problematic for them too, so the util overwhelm sort of invalidated what Passion Project were trying to do to shut down those multiple players coming in on the side.
Brutal round to lose for Passion Project.
And it comes after a great open for them too, right? They spotted out exactly where Mel was using the showstopper to delete that player. It's funny how, you know, Shopify spotted out where the Smokes player, the Viper, was throwing the orb from at start of rounds. A couple rounds ago, dove that for the showstopper kill. Passion Project saw Mel playing U-Haul with that wall a couple of times. Did effectively the same play.
And for how many rounds that have relied on hero plays for Shopify, I think we're starting to see some big calls come on.
I know exactly.
Nolia goes a little too far on that jiggle peek. So again, I mean, as we've seen so many rounds, Passion Project have an opener, they have a start, and this time they've converted onto a second. Alexis alone on the site, Jazzykins runs her down.
Solid follow-through from Jazzykins, right? As soon as they get the kill from Lazy Lion, the neural theft comes out. You see those two players, Jazzykins logs that in the memory, instantly charges them down, gets 2 quick kills. That'll just be a save from Shopify. Nothing they can really do in a round like this, but you absolutely love to see it. If Passion Project can continue to find openers like that, I mean, the game shouldn't be that hard.
Still, even when they're getting those openers, we have seen a lot of rounds where Shopify recovers. I do like how quick they are, though, to execute on that one, instantly setting Jazzy up. No hesitation for the duelist. As Shopify will successfully save 2 rifles into the next round. They have Mel 1 away from her reckoning.
Honestly,
Passion Project, I mean, 1 away from tying this up again.
Yeah, if I'm cooking right now from Sabui, I'm like, okay, I've got the ultimate ready to go. That means Mel cannot play U-Haul. The best position on this map for Harbor to play is U-Haul because you can wall off A site, you can do those walls. We've seen her default very early on towards B. If Mel throws that wall off round rip, I'm in my iPad immediately. I've got that ultimate ready to go. So as you can see, Mel has to actually play into a shower spot in this round. Passion Project may be looking to accelerate away from that Harbor.
Sarah starting this round in spawn, just gonna full float, maybe expecting a hard exec off of that Brim ultimate.
Mel got the orb in showers too for the reckoning. That'll be a good pickup on a retake. Now with the Brimstone ultimate as well.
Good flash there from Alexa. Shows 1 towards long. But there's almost always this cipher here. And that's all they'll show for now.
Lazy Lion is really liking this fight on long. They're feeling real confident on that one. Just trying to take a timing on the jump peak. Pop ahead right out of the air. What they've done is leave Jazzy here. The smoke fades, and the awareness just wasn't quite there. No,
but Jazzy was completely alone there. While all that was going on, Passion Project have rotated back towards this A site. But look at Mel's position deep towards showers. She has this ult for retake. Shopify is happy to give up front site control for the moment.
Passion Project, where are you refighting? Is it showers? Is it backside? Is it not at all? With only 25 seconds left on the clock and the sky flash into showers not hitting anything, Mel's position is getting gnarly. Stall out onto the spike. Still 20 seconds left, and they are just stuck in this valley. 3 Shopify players.
Here comes the lure. Mel around the corner. It's perfect on the Lazy Line. The plant still has not come down. It's committed. Ult in though. Dizzy scans onto Power Pixel and running and gunning. They found a kill. How do they still have control of this round? It's utterly ridiculous. Noya and Mel locked out for the moment. Low HP on the Harbor. Looking at their money, can they even go for this? There's still a Brim ult. They're going to make an attempt. Reflank coming towards showers. Power Pixel tucked in the corner. Easy as pie onto Noya. And time now absolutely low. Mel low on HP, a cove popped. The IGL knows it's over. Power Pixel will shut it down, and Passion Project will tie the game at 10.
Wow, that was not an easy round at all for Passion Project. Yeah, they got the opening pick from Jazzy, but I don't think they were expecting that fight to come out so quickly. That's one where you want to make that presence felt over on A to pull rotates and then enable that swing to come into sight. Really strange positions over there, but honestly, I think the Viper's Pit completely saved the round for them. I don't give Passion Project winning chances without that, because they're just so sort of swarmed with that position that Mel had. But the Pit allowed them maneuverability, it allowed them to isolate a bunch of those fights. Shopify just kind of sent it into the Pit, trying to kill out a planter. Weren't really there in time. I think if Shopify had that round back, they would slow things down, wait for Mel, wait for the rotate to come in from Noya before initiating that one.
Timeout taken for Shopify. I think they've been pretty consistent at finding the right read and winning, turning games around out of their timeouts thus far this series. In both halves of Lotus, Effie's calls a timeout, they find their recovery. be able to build back in.
I definitely give them that. And honestly, the tendencies that I'm seeing from Passion Project that Shopify probably talking about at a timeout like this, Lazy Lion has been seen down B long so many different times. I wonder if there's a refight that they could look for in that sort of area of the map. This round, a bit of a throwaway, just looking to 4-stack over on the A side of the map without rifles to speak of. Maybe even get a little aggressive here with Fluorescent.
Walk down for Shopify Rebellion. A hero rifle on Fluorescent, and that is dealt with. Power Pixel adjusts for a double. The trade does come eventually, and that gun will be recovered. But Passion Projects have an advantage, and the reaction again is swift. Jazzykins into the site. Mel, I think actually not spotted, but suspected towards long.
I mean, she threw a wall over there. What?
She has the spike, and now she's running away from this one. Gun picked up, spike on the floor. Mel holding close, dealt with. Here comes that next player, swing through, and their own cove gets the better of Shopify Rebellion. Noya is on a mad dash to take this fight on site, but Passion Project are faster. They'll run to the A site. Noya will actually get the orb here and try and take the teleporter, or maybe walk all the way back around. This is wild.
This is a mental round. I do not know what's happening. Unstable, though, just got the plant off, which gave them access to the Seekers. Now Noya, they know exactly where she is going to be approaching from. She's got a smoke to work with on the bomb. A molly, too, but now with crossfire options coming available, a paint shell to force her off the spike. She's got to put pressure on this very quickly.
Molly towards heaven, nade. Pushes Noya off. Time is low, another tap. A Roomba this time for the delay. A jiggle. Oh, it's just brutal for Noya. Too well played by Passion Project. Another round that nearly goes the way of Chaos. But they stay in control.
It started off pretty wild, too. I'd actually shout out Power Pixel for bringing down the wall early, anticipating that play, because they were going to try to creep up all the way, but I think they just were a little bit too prepared. Power Pixel side. Of course, that was the eco. That was the throwaway coming out of the timeout, so now let's see what the actual read is. And it's going to be a bit of sand aggression now. We saw this a few rounds ago. Shopify were forced away just by a simple dog out from Passion Project. This time, maybe looking to get more active. Stepping up on the cross. Oh my god, sneaking into the teleporter off of their own bird.
And now this replayer is going to see nothing but the Gecko, who is so often here anyway. This could get very strange if the right flash combo comes off the swing.
Oh, I love this.
Floor could decimate. Here comes the flash. It's shot. And Floor holds her cards close to her chest.
Sarah tried to bait some noise rotating out of there, but I just think there's just too much resistance put up in that space. Passion Project have always moved away from the early aggression, and this round is no different. A site completely open. Lazy Lion again finding these picks outside of B has been massive. And they're looking for another one. Fully prepared, gets a second before finally falling. And actually brings the team back at Passion Project paralyzed for a moment there, maybe trying to rotate back into Lazy. And that's given time now for Shopify to step up. Doesn't matter though, as Jazzy is fully prepared for that step.
She didn't see Noya get into this space, and that's good for Noya. A big round here for Passion Project.
30 seconds left.
But Noya could make trouble still. Swing towards front side. Power Pixel is isolated, but the Vandal's better. Dink for dink. The Sky wins it. Now Alexis in the clutch. Power Pixel. A lot of angles to deal with, playing with the time. The swing through. And Power Pixel on the shutdown. Passion Project 1 away from pushing the champs to 3.
Genuinely, Lazy Lion has been so good outside of B. It's not often that your Cypher is the one finding opening frags for you, but I mean, they've been so solid. This is the first time we've seen them really lock it down over into market. But not just getting the first kill, but killing Floor there as well. Are you kidding me?
The confidence is incredible. Re-swinging into Fluorescent and winning out. The talent on this Passion Project roster continues to impress. But they still have to close this one out. 2 chances for Shopify to try and rally. And Noya yet again under pressure here. Dog towards Showers. She'll back away.
Quick Showers
There's
default
a pinch coming out of this. Flash through the smoke. Blocks everything, but Floor still finds it. Shorty in hand for both sides, and Fluorescent gets the better of it. Reaction coming here for Lazy Lion. She'll run all the way around the world to try and help the team, but they are down, and Sarah stays in it. Spike secured. Power Pixel 1v5. There's no world where that's possible. Shopify Rebellion find a flawless round to stay alive in the series.
That was great. It took me by surprise because Passion Project have not opened up towards showers at all. It's been so much of playing really sand control primarily. This time they just get absolutely snapped on with that pinch. Seems like another timeout to come here because we've got ults to work with as well. Shopify definitely advantaged here with 3 big ults of their own. There's a showstopper on the opposite end that Jazzy has used to kind of destroy Mel so far in this half.
Timeout for Passion Project. Shopify Rebellion. 3 ultimates to work with. If this goes to overtime, there's a real chance of things slipping out of control. There has been a lot of teams who push Shopify, get close to a win, get it to overtime, get it close. But no one has beaten them in a series in Game Changers this year.
I mean, Passion Project were one of the teams that got close. They've only faced off one time. It was in the qualifiers for Series 1. That best of 3 went to a 3rd map, slightly different roster. The era before Power Pixel playing onto the team. But Shopify looking so solid here. Again, ready to fight very heavily into Sands control. Noya and Mel close to their ults too. This round is going to blow up quickly, Mimi, if Passion Project overextend towards B.
Ultimate out towards short. Thrash connects, that's a detainment. Rocket up for both sides. Jazzy in the air, the rocket finds 2! Sarah finds the trade. Only 2 left to stand. The spike is on the ground. And Passion Project are pushed into their spawn. Not an inch of space for free.
Unstable and Lazy Lion would have to do something incredible here. Because he's just toying with that dog. To see that the spike has been given up.
Look at this call from Shopify. Walking all the way around the world, pinching back into B, but the ult is huge. That'll show this play. Reveal the hand from Shopify. And the second wave of the ult now committed. They'll scale off of that one. The Passion Project have gotten out. 2v4 post-plant. But they're going to A instead, all the way around the world yet again.
I like this move. Even look at Shopify. They're not taking any chances. Staying packed in market. They're waiting until a spike is planted. They are not going to give up anything. And what the spike plant will tell them, it'll tell them unstable. The sky planted and is over towards that A site. If they can get any info on Cypher, that simplifies things massively.
The retake will come through short. 4 players queued up. Lazy Lion blinded, but gets one. That's big. 3v2 now. A player tucked in. Another chance for a peek. This one not given away. Lazy Lion left alone. They've been incredible this series. And they found 2, but the final adjustment not there in time. Damn close, but not enough. Shopify Rebellion weather the storm. And they take us to overtime.
Impressive pushback here against a couple of match points, and it comes after this early play. I'd have to go back in the VOD to see if they're tracking. I mean, obviously they're going to be tracking where the Viper's been throwing those orbs from, but when the Viper was throwing the orb from left side early, that's what they dove. Then there, it's being thrown from market. They dive it again, and it pays off. I think that's just good round-to-round tracking and calling. But now we switch things up at Shopify back over into their attack, which was their more solid half, all things considered. Passion Project did a lot of these 4-1 setups, playing a very weak side. Although maybe their adjustment this time around is to hold on a little stronger. You can see Power Pixel is actually up in U-Haul, ready to fight off these trips immediately.
Cam broken in showers. And Shopify will contact into that space. Already Yuto going over the top. One trip spotted. More. What? Incredible movement from her yet again. Power Pixel will still try and hold the line though. Tucks behind the smoke. Already has picked up 2 in this round. The plant will come through. But the numbers are gone for Shopify. All down to Alexis. Dog spots her out. A flash over the top, but Power Pixel does the damage and closes the deal. What a hold on A to give another chance to Passion Project.
See, that is just excellent individual play and also calling from Passion Project, right? Power Pixel started playing a little bit more on site towards the end of the first half, but I think what Shopify are remembering is that Cypher being a lot more isolated. So Power Pixel is here too, fighting so much chaos over from U-Haul. Not ready to deal with that, and I mean, 3 kills secures around very nicely for Passion Project.
Same wall committed for Shopify. 3 strong this time towards short, trying to deal with one of these lurks. It's a contact play. Power Pixel, the hero of last round, holding the line. And Noya is so far ahead of the rest of the team there, swinging 1 at a time, straight into Power Pixel. Incredible shots from them. Might just lock up this map.
Power Pixel just got 6 kills in the last 2 rounds, and basically single-handedly won them for their team.
The round's not done yet, though. Alexis and Sarah on the retake. Viper's the post. Jazzy deals with the first. The spam is good. The damage is done. Passion Project just 1 kill away. Alexis spotted by the flash. The swing is through, and against her former teammate, Jazzy clinches the deal and brings Passion Project a 14-12 victory to take us to map 3.
Yeah, great work from Passion Project there to keep it locked in OT. Got a little dodgy for a moment, maybe it was going to slip away, but then Power Pixel came in, boom, 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 lining them up. So easy.
It was incredible stuff from Power Pixel to close out that map. Passion Project on the verge of being the first team this year to beat Shopify in GC. They'll have to win a cent, though, to close the deal. We'll find out if they can after the break.
Red Bull gives you wings.